Now, it should be fine. Yahoo! Hello, hello. It is I, your favorite leafy boy, Avery, who apparently forgot to turn on his mic before starting stream. Anyways, hello, welcome back. Um, we are going to be continuing our journey through the stars in honkaistarrail. It's been a while since we last played the story mission because we did have a break the week before last week, and last week we were building this beautiful team that we have here with Esteris, Gallagher, My Day, and Dribby. Since then, I did farm more for the boy. We upgraded his light cone, and we did upgrade two of his traces from 7 to 8, which is his skill and ultimate. Still not perfect. And I think we did upgrade some of his stat bonuses from this side, if I remember correctly, where we left off last week. But I'm not so sure. Things are kind of just, you know, squished together, kind of like overlapping, and I'm not quite sure what I did or did not record or streamed last time. What I did not stream is definitely getting more stuff for Trivy and Sunday because they take the same trace materials for Harmony characters. So we did give some upgrades to my Harmony units as well, which is needed, but I should be focusing on one unit first when I'm upgrading because spreading out resources is just like very very tedious. It slows down the progress of our characters very, very much. So, that's how we left off last week. We have a functional and actually pretty strong and it feels good team because they are synergizing very well. If I do say so myself. Of course, I'm not a theory crafter. I don't do like exact calculations on which characters are working best with which light cones and characters. One, I'm free to play, so I do not have the budget to get all the signatures, all the eidolons, all the newest and greatest characters. I just go for the ones that I enjoy playing or the ones that catch my eye. So yeah, anything that I say or do is not a tutorial on how to play Honkai Star Rail. First of all, you should be playing Honkai Star Rail the way you feel most comfortable playing. Let me just check if I did my daily stuff. Yes, I did claim my daily stuff. Do I have Trailblaze power to spend? I have 60, almost 60. So we can actually do one more run for a Calyx for one of our characters. Which I don't think I have enough materials, trace materials. Yeah, I have nothing for my day here. Do I have stuff for... Yeah, I have some stuff for Tribby, so I think we can... not much though. Oh well. We're going to wait these 5 seconds and then go a run through with the Harmony Calyx here. Pot of Harmony for Trippy, I guess. Or Sunday. Whichever feels better. This theme is not great for this, but I like using it. And we've seen my Herta theme plenty of times, so let's just use them anyways, because they are plenty strong without the weaknesses necessary.
Burn it all.
Wilt here.
I like that confidence.
I'm just going to like go through all of these
Underestimating us will cost you.
pretty quick
Delivering warmth. Is it coming? Guiding the west wind.
so that we can get into the Trailblaze mission, because we did finish the Sunday boss and ended the sweet dream actually. So I should do this probably.
Indulge yourself.
Get some healing on and generate some new bud.
It ain't over.
Flash here.
Dying soul. Now
Yeah.
accept your
So yeah, we did finish the Sunday boss, which means we ended in a stream of order.
Step up, let's see ya.
And now we are looking for,
Embrace a new life.
well, technically March is waiting for us
Forever doomed.
to get out of our hotel room from the Reverie. How are we doing? I think this is the 5th wave, so... No, this is the 5th wave. I can just do this
In
here
the mood for another beating?
and save the big boom for the final round. Yeah,
May
Let's
death
go.
protect us.
and that's it. So, even though it's not like the most optimal hyper carry theme for either My Day or Casteris, but I really enjoy this theme. It's just kind of fun. They have a nice synergy. So yeah, do I have enough materials to... I don't think I do. I don't think I can synthesize enough. Yeah, I can only do 3, which is probably not enough to... Well, it's enough for her talent, but it's not really a huge priority by the game's recommendation, so... Yeah, we'll come back and farm a little bit for them later on, probably off stream, because as we've seen last week, farming is like the least exciting part of honkaistarrail. It's definitely the gameplay that's the most exciting part. And well, to me it's not really necessarily the gameplay, but the story and the challenges it
Wild wind
gives
carries
us.
with it the scent of rust.
Thank you, My Day. I really like his voice actually. It's very dark and very raspy. We got a heal there. Oh, I think that is a mission. So let's just teleport. So we did hit Unconquered, which is the next part of the Trailblaze mission, the beginning of Farewell Penacony. Can I not? What do you mean I cannot teleport right there? Apparently I can't. But I think we
Wild
have...
wind carries with it the scent of rust.
I think we hit... Is this the one? Because we got a text message from Adventuring last time, and I want to check if this is the one or is it a different one and I missed out on it completely by cutting it off stream. I think so. What does this say? You wake up in the dream pool. Talk to March 7th and get ready to set off. I think we did lose it, which is a little sad. It's a little sad. I should have just run through with the text message at the end of that stream, but it is what it is. I'll just look it up later and see where, like, see what I missed. But for now, let's go back to our room and see what March has in store for us. Open door. Open your door. Let's go. So we woke up from here and we talked to March. Let's go.
After all this craziness, nothing is better than staying safe in reality.
Yeah, it was a very wild ride. Okay, so what is the Radiant Feldspar?
It's a massive airship, and it's awesome. I heard it's never shown to the public. Only VIP guests of the family get to board it and enjoy the breathtaking views of Penacony. The Iris family sent us a bunch of souvenirs. Fruit baskets, plus this fancy button model. After you're back on your feet, you can enjoy them all. We are pretty much celebrities on the planet of festivities now, aren't we?
I guess. I mean, we did save the planet. Tell me more about the current state of
The
Penacony.
Stellaron was sealed while you were sleeping. The ordinary people in Penacony have no idea what happened. They just feel like something's missing from their memories.
I mean, I don't know if it's better this way or not. Because at the end of the day, it's the same question that we can't really answer like 100% surely. That happened with Belobog and the Supreme Guardian Cocolia. Like, did we tell the whole truth and then risk people losing their faith in the system, which is guaranteed or warranted? Warranted, I think, is the word to say here. But at the same time, they just lost a significant figure in their life who was supposed to be leading them to a better place. And who knows how it might reflect on Bronya and stuff. So yeah, it's a very complicated issue. This is the same. Like, is it better for people not to know what happened and lose their faith in the family and Sunday in the process? And by extension, not just Sunday, but also Robin as well. Because remember, Robin and Sunday are brother and sister. Sister and brother. Siblings. So yeah, by extension, like, the association right there could actually take down Robin just as well as it did Sunday. So it's interesting. But I guess it was a dream, and a lot of people do not remember dreams, apparently. And I guess this is what's happening with the ordinary people of Penacony, or in Penacony currently. So it's maybe better this way, but we will never know because we don't know what the other side of the coin is, you know?
The family's official statement was like, the Charmony Festival was attacked by an unidentified Stellaron and came to a halt. After all, they can't just reveal the truth about the Order. Now, all the major lineages, except for the Oak family, are dealing with the aftermath. The family has invited the crew to the Radiant Feldspar as witnesses for an important meeting.
And what happened to you in Anna's
Why
dream?
the sudden interest in that? Well, I was dragged into the sweet dream. I felt a cold tentacle diving into my memories. But something else was there. So the tentacle suddenly disappeared. And then I dreamed about stuffing my face with delicious food and going on a shopping spree. Sunday didn't seriously believe that was the life I wanted, right? Breaking free from that cheesy illusion was just a piece of cake.
I mean, yeah, we know March. It hasn't been long, technically, in game. Because this is our third expedition or mission together. But at the same time, we do know March. And she seems shallow sometimes. But she cares a lot. She cares about the Astral Express, and yes, she is very much self-preserving when it comes down to stuff, but she does have a good sense of morals and she wants to help where she can. So yeah, it's very small-minded to give her a dream like that. And I'm not really sure if it was like specifically person by person and like an ideal world that they wanted to live in, or just a superficial like idea that, oh, you seem like this kind of person, so you are going to be added to this part of kind of thing. And I'm going on and on about stuff again. Let's just get on with it. Yeah, let's go meet up with the others.
Yeah, let's go. We've got some time before we board the ship, so let's catch up with everyone at Dream Jolt Hostelry.
Let's do that. I do want to see what everyone has been up to after the battle. Ooh, cutscene. Nice. Firefly.
How extravagant. Just like Epsilon. How was it? Did it live up to your dreamscape expectations?
And we have Silver Wolf as well.
You already asked that when we first got here.
Yeah, and you said no back then. But after all this madness, I'd say you've grown fond of it.
I don't think it's because of the place, actually. It's because of the people you met.
Just a heads up. You're still on the Bloodhound family's wanted list, so keep a low profile.
Okay.
And this time, it's Firefly in the picture, not Sam. That's gotta be a whole new experience for you, right?
Indeed. In Kafka's words, that's also a missing part of my life. Still, it'd be quite inconvenient if I can't move freely. Could you help me out, Silverwolf?
I knew you'd say that.
A little
Don't worry.
nudge, nudge.
I've hacked all the systems and left no trace. Don't do anything that may draw attention, and don't talk with guards. They might recognize you. Keep these 2 points in mind, and you can go wherever you want, unbothered.
Are we going to change into Firefly's POV?
Thank you.
Probably.
No problem, Miss Samuel. I love this fake name.
Hello, hello. welcome. Thank you for joining. I hope you will have a pleasant time. We are continuing with the journey through the stars, and we are currently looking at, well, what we can consider the aftermath of the fight with Sunday. So, yeah. Welcome in. Grab some pillows, grab a blankie, make yourself comfortable. And don't forget to have some snacks or drinks, because hydration is important. Let's go.
Now that we're done here in Penacony, what will you do in your free time? I hear the Genius Society is here. How about we go stir up some excitement?
What kind of excitement are we talking about, Silver Wolf? Because
Well,
that
my
depends.
script isn't over yet.
Oh yeah, the script. I'm interested to see where it takes us.
I didn't bring you back to hear an answer like that.
Well, sometimes you have to adjust your expectations, Silver Wolf.
Don't worry. The script says that I'll experience 3 deaths, but also receive an unforgettable reward on the planet of festivities.
Okay, I think we witnessed 2 already.
How will I know if I don't try? All possibilities exist until the outcome actually happens.
That is
Right?
true, yes.
You may not realize it, but you have a bad habit. Whenever you seem to be asking a question, you've already made up your mind, and no words will dissuade you.
That's a very strong character, then. Like, why even ask the question if you already
Anyway, Kafka
made up your
asked me to
mind?
pass on this message. If you see anything fabulous in Penacony, get one for me too. Just swipe my card, you know the pin.
Sugar Mama Kafka, let's go.
She didn't specify anything, but I guess she means a dress, coat, sunglasses, or something else. You know better about fashion than I do.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. There's tons of options at OT Mall. Do you think she'll like trinkets, like hair accessories or brooches?
Those sound more like something for young girls. Maybe you should keep them for yourself.
The one thing that I'm not a huge fan of, this is kind of going into slice of life territory, and I don't see the relevance of it to the story. But at the same time, it's nice to see them as humans. Like, we do know that Firefly is basically very sick. She has an incurable illness. So having like them live through life, it's nice, but at the same time I'm kind of like, I don't have time for this. I just want to see what the end results are, which is, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the mood for the yap session that's going to happen, because I heard that the later part of Penacony, since we have already defeated the big boss, we don't really have any combat. So it's going to be a lot of yapping and a lot of story. So I think I just have to buckle up and enjoy the ride.
Oh, by the way, Blade wanted you to be more careful. He didn't
Mm-mm.
explicitly say it, but I think he was trying to say something like, temptation will show up again in Penacony. He's always so subtle with his words.
Yes, Blade is a Tsuntsun, from what I've seen. He's very tsundere. He doesn't like to show that he cares, because why would he? But he does care, and he shows it in his own way.
Got it. He was just worried about me. Relax, Silverwolf. You know me.
downtime makes the action more dramatic later. Probably, yeah, but Penacony at this point, we have gone through most of the dramatic stuff already. Like the huge action pieces are over for this mission. We are starting Farewell Penacony, which is like the final patches and the final lines of the story of Penacony for now, as far as we know. And then when we get to Amphorius, which is the new territory, new planet that we can get to, um, things are going to start getting more exciting again. Maybe it's also my not really my fault, but like a byproduct of doing shorter streams, and that makes it a little more like annoying or irritating for me because I'm doing shorter streams, and because of that I'm not progressing as much with the story as I would love to, because I started like more than a year ago and we still have not finished Penacony, and Penacony was having updates as I started streaming. So yeah, that's a thing. That's definitely in the cards for us with that. But yeah. And it does not help that I get like very easily, what's the word that I'm looking for? Distracted. I get distracted very easily and go on a tangent, like a 5-minute rant about something that's not necessarily relevant. But yeah. Yeah, let's go. Blade is worried about Firefly, which is nice to see because they did have like flashback sessions where they were talking about their prophecies or script, as they call it, from Elio. Yeah, that's nice. That's cute. That's a nice interaction.
I won't do anything crazy. I just want to wander around and see more of the world for myself. I want to buy some oat cake rolls. I've had a cake roll every day since I arrived in Penacony, from the first day to the last. But today, I'll buy 2 and give you 1. And if you don't like them, I'll enjoy double the pleasure.
Aw,
Or
that's
I
cute.
can bring one to Kafka, as she never refuses. Or maybe I'll give it to Blade. He'll appreciate it. That's not written in the script, right? But as you see, I have added new footnotes to my destiny.
That's cute, actually. Topaz? What?
Welcome, Director Topaz. The family ambassadors are still inside making preparations, but the big boss hasn't arrived yet. It'll be a while before the conference starts, I'm afraid.
Okay. that came out of left field. What do you mean, Topaz? I know we met Topaz in Penacony, but how? Why? I thought we were going to be going into like Firefly's POV. Not how did Topaz come here? She wasn't even mentioned before in this. Sorry, I got very Wait, can I adjust? No, I cannot adjust sound right here. I'm not good with lore, so it helps. Well, you're welcome then. I will try to make things clear if you're confused about something. The thing is, lore here in this game is very mixed. Like it's a mixed bag of side stories intermingling with the main plot of the thing, like the whole story happening right now. Because Penacony was like 3 or 4 stories interwoven into the main plot of the game. And because of that, I was very confused a lot of the times. But I did enjoy it. And I see where things were going and why they were important. But also, nothing is perfect. No, like, storytelling is going to be 100% satisfactory for everyone. Like right now, without foreshadowing, we are just put into Topaz's POV, which I'm like, what? How did Topaz come into the picture here? So yeah, there are some hiccups in storytelling, and sometimes it's just very all over the place. Also, there are like Trailblaze continuances that I did not do yet, and so I have like fragmented knowledge of the whole plot so far. Because like there's 2 or 3 Trailblaze continuances from the Sea Angel Lawful, which is the previous planet that we went to. And I know bits and pieces about them because I've been playing for a year and they were out way before. Well, not way before, but things happened and it's the internet. You cannot like 100% shut out spoilers and story bits and pieces, especially if you are like me and you are really interested in lore and story. And I watch a lot of creators who do summaries and explanations and also like theories on where the story might go. So yeah, I know bits and pieces, and it's nice to be playing and like puzzling it together. So yeah, I have like when it comes down to it, I have a very weird way of looking at the game and the story because I appreciate what I'm seeing. And unless it's really, really badly done, I enjoy it nevertheless. And I like compartmentalize things where I'm like, okay, so this part I really enjoyed. And I see where this is going, but this part is like not really how I would have done it or how I would have preferred it to be done or to stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, another tangent. And it's not really lore relevant, it's more me stuff from the Avery side of things. But let's jump into Topaz's POV for some reason. Let's see where this is going.
Huh. Quite a spectacle. The family really
Mm-mm.
knows how to make things look impressive. I thought they would choose a more formal and low-key location for the conference. I didn't expect them to go with a luxury airship.
About this, Director. I've asked around. This airship, named the Radiant Feldspar, belongs to the Alfalfa family. This conference between the IPC and the family will have a direct impact on Penacony's future. Such an important event should have been held at it. Well, somewhere secretive in the moment of morning dew.
I mean, yeah, if you think about it, like it's a luxurious airship where we heard March say that mostly VIP guests are invited, and I guess IPC can be said to be VIPs because they are quite important to the economy of the cosmos, to say. But like, it's about the recent catastrophe that happened, so it's kind of odd to hold the conference at a party ship, it's like trying to make a business deal and not arranging a meeting at like an office building, conference room, or like a high-end restaurant where you can treat your partner or potential partner to a nice meal and discuss business with them, but a nightclub is what I feel like right now, and I think what this gentleman is implying as well. So it's interesting.
The atmosphere here, it doesn't feel serious enough.
If I'm right, this conference is probably just a prelude. Whoever organized it wants to assess the IPC stance beforehand. This
That also
influential
makes
figure
sense.
either has their own ambitions and wants to reach a preliminary agreement, or they plan to put pressure on us to make us back off.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
your mind is always so sharp, Director Topaz. And when the big boss arrives, please remind her to be cautious and watch out for any traps.
Thank you for the reminder, but I don't think that will be necessary. When she's at the table, it's the others who need to be cautious.
When we are talking about director, we are talking about one of the other. It does not come to mind. It does not come to mind. My brain has drawn a blank here. Not cornerstone. The cornerstone are the things that they hold, and they are named after the cornerstones. But anyways, the IPC has 10 directors, and they are all named after precious gems. We had Aventurine, we have Topaz. I also had Jade as a character, and I think we are talking about Jade because Jade was featured in this story as well with Aventurine and stuff. So I think we are talking about Jade here. But I forgot what they are called.
Just tell everyone on our
Anyways.
team to stay focused on their tasks and not worry about the negotiations.
Oh, got it. I'll do it right away.
Oh, and one more thing.
One more thing.
Don't call Miss Jade Big Boss in front of her, or there will be serious consequences. I mean, really serious.
Yes, so it is Jade. It is going to be Jade. Big Boss. I don't see why Jade wouldn't want to be called Big Boss, but whatever.
Got it. Thank you for the reminder, Director.
I mean, I guess she is a director, and most probably like a higher up for both Topaz and Aventurine. Because I don't really understand what happened to Aventurine, which is another side tangent I'm going to go on, but Aventurine just kind of disappeared, and we don't really know what actually happened to him afterwards. Aww. Okay, so Topaz, just a little like side note here. This little critter here, that's Numby. It's very cute, and basically Numby, like it has a little bow tie right there, is a creature like them, and I forgot what they are called already. But it's really cute. Numby, what are you? Why are you here? What are you doing with those? Are they friends of yours? Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, let's go to the elevator.
None of the important figures have arrived yet.
Mm-mm.
Huh. Looks like the conference won't be starting for a while. Such a bustling take a little walk around.
Okay. Let's go. Let's take a look around and talk to people. The family's guard. I don't like those
So many
buttons.
buttons. How many centuries would it take to press them all?
Your voice does not sound like it belongs in your body, so I'm going to be guessing that we are dealing with Sparkle again.
Huh. Didn't expect those pooches to actually recycle them all.
Huh? What are these?
For your safety, please stay away from those objects.
And the voice change, that's definitely Sparkle.
For my safety? Are these buttons something dangerous?
Not exactly. Lately, there's been a prankster in the Sweet Dream who's been handing out strange button devices to anyone he meets. According to those involved, he said something like, "Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode." Luckily, no one believed him. Still, the Bloodhound family collected these buttons just to be on the safe side.
Haven't the hounds caught the culprit yet?
Where's that prankster? Haven't the hounds caught him yet?
Yeah, that guy has some skills, I'll have to admit that. However, you know, the Bloodhound family won't give up. Whoever disrupts order in the dreamscape will face severe consequences.
Whoever disrupts order, like the way after our fight with Sunday, the word order just takes on a whole different meaning to me, and my mind already jumped into a weird, like, bucket of order.
Anyway, the family will deal with these things. Please kindly keep your distance.
Okay, so that's definitely going to be Sparkle. Nambi found treasure. Let's go. I will take a look at that. But first, little Tateshi people, some humans. Snack.
Oh, are you hungry, Numby? Food in the dream. Shouldn't taste bad, right?
Probably not. Potato fries sundae. Oat cake roll, which we heard about from Firefly. Lotus burger. Maybe potato fries?
Numby, catch!
Was it fries or pies? Okay, anyways, moving on. That's just fries. It was fries. Okay. Nambi gulps down the potato fries sundae. Then lets out a satisfied puff.
Oh, looks delicious, huh? I should have taken a bite first.
Cute. And then can we get the treasure that Nambi found? Yes. Nice.
Oh,
Treasure.
stuff.
And Nambi found another one. Let's go. So this is one of the nice things about this character. Topaz and Nambi are like a package deal, and
Pays off.
Nambi just finds treasure and guides you to it. Like this.
Watch yourselves in front of the IPC. Don't you dare embarrass me.
It's not here. It's behind here, right? This became a treasure hunt.
Free stuff.
The family's attendant.
Greetings, madame. What can I do for you?
Hello. Could you tell me more about the Radiant Feldspar?
I assume you are the ambassador of the IPC Strategic Investment Department. It's my honor to assist you.
Yes.
The Radiant Feldspar is owned by Mr. Odie Alfalfa, head of the Alfalfa family. Mr. Alfalfa invested a significant amount in building this luxurious airship an Ember era ago, and it has been sailing across the 12 hours of the dreamscape ever since.
Oh, so it's owned by old Oti himself. No wonder the ship is so lavishly decorated.
Indeed, Mr. Alfalfa has impeccable taste. Only the most prestigious guests are invited by the Alfalfa family to board this airship. Please allow me to continue my introduction. The Radiant Felspar had been cruising over the Sea of Dreams in Penacony for an entire Ember era. But its voyage was temporarily halted due to the recent reverberation.
Understandable.
Reverberation? Such a formal way of putting it. You're really downplaying the whole thing.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal.
I apologize. Please continue.
Following the previous reverberation in the Sweet Dream, the Radiant Felspar had to suspend its voyage temporarily. Thankfully, the factors that disrupted the dreamscape have been resolved. However, due to, well, certain special reasons, the Charmony Festival, originally scheduled at the Penacony Grand Theater, had to be temporarily postponed.
Yes, that was a big thing that happened. So it's understandable that you have to postpone such a big festival in accordance to that. And also, I kind of see why it was like this conference was organized on this airship, because you have to like keep up looks or appearances and keep with the status quo, like maintain it. So the ship was basically almost always in motion, and like it was always having guests. So with the disruption to its schedule, so to say, it's also a way of showing that we are on top of things and we are going to be fixing things soon.
So, Mr. Alfalfa suggested relocating the Charmony Festival to the Radiant Felspar,
That's
taking this opportunity to announce the resumption of the airship's voyage.
that, on the other hand, is probably not a good idea. I don't know how big this airship is, but it's not going to be big enough to actually house a festival as big as the Charmony Festival.
Ah, well, that would meet the family's needs and also create momentum for Mr. Alfalfa himself. Quite fitting for a legendary tycoon like him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, the opportunity is right there.
Thank you for explaining matters to me. Goodbye.
Aw, Nambi.
Hello? The Talent Motivation Department? Again? Internal review? Will it ever end? I'm working on a major project. I don't have time to squabble with you guys. The way I handled the Urillo case was approved by senior management, and all of the project logs and calls are complete. Can't you check on them yourselves?
And that's another part that I do not know, because I did not get to the part with Urillo 6 yet. Because I've been going on with the streams for the main story, and the side stories of the factions or the planets that we have been to are kind of neglected because of that. And Topaz was like my first mention that I discovered. What was that sentence? So the first time I heard that Topaz was Guerrilla 6 was because of an event that was hosted on the Cienjo. Like, what a roundabout way to get to know that the IPC and Topaz were involved with Guerrilla 6 on a different planet. Like, that's where I had to find out because I'm not doing, or well, I have not been doing, but I started. Actually, today I did some side quests and character quests from Eurolo 6 because one, I had some time, and two, I am interested in the lore, so I want to see how characters are and things go down with the, different planets. So yeah, one day I will find out what happened with Topaz and Eurylilsis.
I just don't understand. Why are you so fixated on this minor case and constantly escalating it? Seriously, what's your purpose?
Sounds exhausting. Why not just hang up?
Jade.
In my opinion, you handled that project quite well. A little ball of ice in exchange for the Astral Express's good favor. That's not a bad deal for the department. It's been a while, little Yelena.
Aww.
I've been looking forward to working with you. Never imagined this day would come so soon. Is there trouble? You can tell me anything. Just like old times.
It's been a while, Madam Jade. I'm honored to have the opportunity to work with you.
That was something. That really was something. She has been set up, like, so far as very cunning and very insidious, in a way, if you can say this. She's very much always like 2 or 3 steps ahead of, if that makes sense, story wise. Like, she, I think I heard an interpretation that she is the devil that you sell your soul to. And I think that's pretty much, like, that's a very good way to summarize her. And because of how she looked, a lot of the player base started going on and on about how she has a bad design because she is only just mommy bait. Which, let's not beat around the bush. She is very attractive and she is very, like, how do I say this? I'm not sure where I was going with that, but she's very on top of her game and she's very attractive. So yeah, fair enough, but at the same time she's so much more than that when you look into her character. So far from what I've seen and what I've heard from her. But let's see how this plays out.
You're still so formal, aren't you? Forget about the hierarchy and treat me as your equal. No need for unnecessary titles like madam.
I'm sorry, but it might take some time to get used to that. After all, you are a senior.
Well, now that we're both members of the 10 Stone Hearts,
10 Stone
I need
Hearts.
you to be at your best, especially since the upcoming negotiations leave no room for error. As sharp as you are, I'm sure you've figured out the true purpose of this conference, right?
I believe old Oti has taken it upon himself to test our limits before the official negotiations between the IPC and Penacony.
Yeah, the 10 Stone Hearts is the title or the name of the group that I did not remember before.
That's true, and it works in our favor. Do you know why?
Why?
If we can reach some sort of agreement with old Oti beforehand, and gauge our opponent's boundaries, our future negotiations will go much more smoothly. That's the obvious benefit.
Exactly. And the hidden benefit is that as the head of the Alfalfa family, His actions suggest that the 5 lineages might not be as united as the Odes of Harmony would suggest.
Yeah. The Oak family was like the primary family who was leading Penacony. And now that the Oak family is out, basically, because let's face it, they were the ones who are going to use as a scapegoat, because most of them were followers of the Order. Now that there's a gap in power, the families are going to start scrambling and trying to fill that hole and like rise up to the occasion and seize control.
As long as the influence of Harmony hasn't completely permeated their core, personal desires will always have their way. Thankfully, influential figures in Penacony haven't entirely suppressed their own desires.
What is the history between she's cunning, but she seems to be actually helpful here. That's because they are on the same side. They are both repping IPC, the Interstellar Peace Corporation. So they are on the same side. They are a part of the 10 Stone Hearts. They are in the same group. And the IPC is like a very big corporation that's trying to spread all over the cosmos and try to like set roots so they can have a say in a lot of things. So that's why she seems to be actually helpful here, because Jade and Topaz are basically right now working on the same case together. That is why. But we will see from the other side probably when we are going to meet them as the Trailblazer and the Astral Express. So
it's similar to the power struggles within the IPC. The supposed all-for-one philosophy shared by the 5 lineages. It's just a slogan now that the Dream Master has gone.
After the downfall of the Yoke family, Old OT's faction became the dominant force in Penacony. Even if we consider only the succession order, he's the longest serving and most senior among all the family heads.
Yes. That's exactly why we need to handle the conference following an agreed-upon strategy. It's like playing a game of chess, where every move needs to be carefully thought out.
Absolutely. The 3 steps of negotiation. Listen, test, and strike. That's what you taught me.
Pretty clear. Although, you seem to have changed the order in the Yarilo case.
That was based on my personal experience.
I apologize for interrupting your conversation, but the family head is ready to meet the ambassadors from the Strategic Investment Department.
Time to get to work. Let's prepare ourselves and meet that esteemed supporting actor. Remember, our goal is to create an opportunity for the IPC to enter Penacony. Aventurine has already made a small opening, and you and I, we're going to tear it wide open.
Wow, okay. Before I forget, I do want to put the game audio a little higher so that you can hear better. And now that I was in the menu, I might as well do this as well. But yeah, I was not expecting this part. It's nice to see, but also I don't really care. It might just be me, but like the IPC so far that I've seen of them and heard of them, I don't seem to be liking them very much. They are basically capitalism. Like with all capital letters, capitalism. the and s- from what I've seen so far, the worst part of it, like profit, profit, and profit, and not really the good parts where you can, you know, have an easier life or whatever the thing capitalism should be about. But yeah, they seem to be a very. I'm not really like I'm very much on the fence about it. No, not capitalism. Ooh, capitalism. But yeah, yeah, the IPC is basically a corporation.
Hi, this is Toga speaking. 여보세요? Hi. Ha, 知道了. Sure thing.
Nice. I was not expecting that. But yeah. So yeah, they so far they seem to be an antagonistic force against the Astral Express. What is our side of doing? The Astral Express are wandering around the cosmos and helping out where they can with the Stellaron crisis. And what are Stellaron, you might ask? Stellaron are basically remnants or seeds planted by the Aeon of Destruction, specifically designed to destroy the universe as we know it. And they are like the Astral Express is traveling around and helping with Stellaron crises. At least that's what we've been doing so far.
Hi, this is Toga speaking.
Oh, okay. Please. Thank you. Stay a little silent for now. Shh. So yeah, that's what we've been doing with Herta Space Station. Technically, we are, as the Trailblazer, made of a Stellaron. That's what gave us life. So the Herta Space Station did not encounter a Stellaron crisis, but an invasion by the Legion. That is basically also a form of this
Hi,
destruction.
this is Toga speaking.
Thank you, Topaz. It's nice that you are introducing yourself right in the middle of my yapping session. But yeah, so yeah, we did not end the Stellaron crisis there, but we kind of did because if I remember correctly, the Trailblazer almost blew up because he wasn't able to contain the Stellaron inside. So Mr. Yang had to bonk us on the head to, you know, snap out of it. And then Urilo 6 was plagued by destruction with the Eternal Freeze, and we were trying to help and then got captured, or they wanted to capture us. And it turns out that the Supreme Guardian, Galaxy First Aid Responders is basically a really good way to say it. I think that sums it up pretty much. But yeah. And I went on a tangent again. But thank you for asking. That's basically it. So we are trying to help where we can with Stellaron crises or whatever things that are going through.
Welcome aboard my ship, the Radiant Feldspar. Smart and charming ladies.
Oh, I do not like. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but that was like that was way too how do I say this? Way too greasy to me.
Please, have a seat. Let's have a pleasant conversation.
Well, should we do that? Probably we should. We don't really have a choice.
Welcome aboard, my dear ladies. Forgive me for any lack of attentiveness that might have led to a lengthy wait outside.
No problem at all, Mr. Alfalfa. It's my honor to meet you in person. You may not be aware, but the book Odi Alfalfa, the biography, is a must-read for all Strategic Investment Department employees.
This is what I was talking about. The sweet talking. Like, her timbre also, like, changed the way she speaks. The sweet talking. This is where Date comes in.
After all, to many, you are the legendary figure who single-handedly built the Penacony economy.
I expected no less from the 10 Stonehearts from the Strategic Investment Department. You're definitely skilled in the art of conversation. I always enjoy talking to smart people because we don't have to beat around the bush. We can just get straight to the point instead. Since I invited you IPC ambassadors on board, I'm sure you've figured out the topic I'd like to discuss, yes?
Probably,
The future of Penacony, if I'm not mistaken.
Precisely. Those few words represent a terribly complicated situation indeed. Let's take that golden-haired guy who's not showing up, for example. He put in great effort and almost got himself killed. But what was it all for?
He's talking about aventuring.
Wasn't it eventually to create an opportunity for you IPC to regain control of the precious Astana?
Yes! I totally forgot about that. Asdana, the name of Penacony before it became Penacony, was basically a prison realm owned by the IPC. If I'm remembering it correctly. A lot of things have happened and a lot of lore is just flying past me sometimes, so I might not remember this correctly, but I do believe the prison was owned by the IPC.
The wisdom and experience you've accumulated over 10 Amber Eras are truly impressive. Let's assume your assumptions are correct, Mr. Alfalfa. How would you respond to the IPC's actions?
I appreciate your composure, Miss Jade. You must have witnessed much in your worldly experiences. However, perhaps you don't know much about Penacony. Old Oti won't sit idly by when faced with a greedy wolf.
Cutscene?
Please, go ahead. I'm all ears.
Then I'll be straightforward. I requested this meeting before the official conference to dissuade the Strategic Investment Department from trying to lay a finger on Penacony. If you back off now, you can make a smooth exit and prevent the IPC from losing face during more important negotiations.
One of our P-45 executives was attacked and nearly killed in the dreamscape. The IPC can't simply ignore this incident. Moreover, considering the turbulence during the Charmony Festival, Penacony's credibility has taken a hit in the public's eyes. Despite your determined attitude, the issues plaguing Penacony are real, are they not?
You used the term real, Miss Topaz, but let's not forget that this is the realm of dreams. If you want to succeed here, you need ambition and unconventional thinking.
I don't know where this is going.
Curious about how I plan to respond to the IPC? Well, I don't mind sharing. My actions will help Penacony take a significant step forward by self-listing and going public.
What?
Going public?
If I'm not mistaken, You want to bypass the IPC and go public on a universal scale.
Precisely. Instead of watching the IPC gnaw away at Penacony, I'd prefer to open the doors of the sweet dream to the entire universe. Starting today, anyone in the cosmos can become a shareholder of the land of the dreams. This is the path of harmony I'll choose.
Isn't that supposed to be the decision of all the families? Can you just do that by yourself?
This reform should have been implemented earlier, but unfortunately, the Oak family were a bunch of blockheads blinded by order. Their level of intellectual flexibility doesn't even come close to an old fellow like me.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. To be honest. But go ahead. I don't like this guy. I do not like this guy. I'm sorry.
Thanks to the little reverberation
I'm not even sorry.
earlier, the biggest obstacle between me and my reforms has been eliminated.
Why? Why are you the way you are?
The Alfalfa family will publicize the financial results of Sweet Dream Paradise, so that the entire universe can see that despite the catastrophe, Penacony still holds immense potential and opportunities, and that the family remains confident in its future.
Crisis and opportunity are two sides of the same coin. So, you've been waiting for the right moment for Penacony to regain the spotlight. And if Penacony should seize this opportunity to overcome adversity, even if the IPC tries to intervene, every move we make will be scrutinized by trillions of people.
Now I'm convinced that you've indeed familiarized yourself with my biography, Miss Jade. So, about your next move. Please, consider it carefully.
This is very interesting, but also very, very much something that I do not enjoy. Negotiations and business is something that I, to be honest, not very interested in. But it's very interesting to see. It's very interesting to see how things are going to work out here. Because at the end of the day, we fought against Sunday to help the people of Penacony. And now that he and the Oak family are gone, Penacony might end up in a different situation that might be just as bad as the one. Well, maybe not as bad, but relatively bad compared to how it is now. I am very interested in where this is going.
Indeed. We need some time to digest such a wealth of information. I suggest we conclude the first half of our conference, Mr. Alfalfa. Please allow Topaz and me to confer privately for a few moments, and to respond on behalf of the IPC later.
Of course. Take your time, dear ladies.
And we are back to
The
Trailblaze
Alfalfa
there.
family had a meeting with the IPC?
Danhang! Yippee! It's my boy.
I got this information from a message sent by that IPC ambassador. He said it was to return the favor.
I am so puzzled about Aventurine. I cannot really place where he lies, because at the end of the day, he is first and foremost mostly loyal to himself and what's benefiting for him. And right now it seems to be that the IPC is not necessarily it, but the Astral Express. He's a very complex character. Like, I really appreciate him as a character. Not quite sure if I like him or not. I do not dislike him. Like, also, it's been more than an hour, so let's do a big stretchy stretch. And drink some water. Grab some refreshments. Grab some snackies, because hydration is important. Okay, and now back to our regularly. What? I don't know what I was trying to say there, but back to yapping. Um, so I appreciate him as a character, and when I say him, I mean Aventuring. I appreciate him as a character, but I'm not quite sure on where he lies on the love him to I'm unbothered to care about him. Because that's the thing. I do not believe that hating a character is necessary, because life is too short to have such negative feelings and keeping them up. Because hating something or someone is actively implied to be to be actively hating them, to be spending your time being negative about something. So yeah, I do not take that. So I'm either unbothered, or at least I try to be as unbothered as possible about something that I do not enjoy. And to the scale of I love him, he is like in a pretty middle ground. Like, I care about him and I find him very fascinating as a character, but I'm not sure if I like him yet. He probably has like a story mission for himself, apart from what we've seen of him during the excuse me during the main events of the story. So we'll see when I get there. Anyways, Mr. Velt.
It's not hard
Yang.
to imagine. Penacony today is pretty much like the frontier prison it once was, with external forces casting greedy eyes and the undercurrent of order lurking within.
It seems very dire. The situation seems very dire.
Instead of falling into a situation where they are plagued by both external and internal threats, Penacony would rather take a step back and invite the IPC to negotiate at the table, ostensibly to cooperate, but in reality, to secure more opportunities for their own survival.
Interesting.
Well, no wonder they sought the mediation from the Astral Express. In your opinion, who should we stand behind?
Oh my god. That's a if we have to decide this, I am going to like short circuit.
I don't think the followers of the Harmony are completely innocent victims in all of this. For reasons unknown, they have a strong desire to smooth things over, which leads to speculation about their motives. If either the family or IPC were to assume full control of Penacony, it would return to its previous illusory dream of hedonism, and the efforts of those previous nameless would once again go to waste. There you are. Did you rest well?
Okay, I think we as the Trailblazer have just arrived to the conversation, but that was very sudden.
I didn't disturb you since you were in a deep sleep.
It feels like I had a really long dream. Please continue.
After Anna's dream was shattered, the family branch from the Montour system soon arrived and swiftly took control of the situation. Most members of the Oak family fell unconscious, but fortunately, their lives were not in danger.
Yes. In my observation, it's easy to see at the end of the day where people lay. It's usually... Oh my god. Okay. I was not expecting that. Thank you. Thank you for the observation. Okay. But yeah, I can see why the Oak family members, a lot of them have fell unconscious because they were basically puppeteered by the Dream Master. So that's kind of not great. But yeah, it's nice to hear that they were not in danger.
The mastermind behind the plans was confirmed to be Gopher Wood, the previous Dream Master. But by the time we arrived, he was dead already.
Yes, because that's we only saw like rows in place of the Dream Master. And what about Sunday?
He'll face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them.
Oh no.
Ultimately, the public perceived the incident as an attack by evil forces targeting the Charmony Festival. They believe the family failed to safeguard the sweet dream, significantly eroding their credibility in the process. While quite different from the truth, this appears to be the outcome with the least impact.
After all, you don't know who's awake and who's pretending to be asleep.
Shaban?
They'll open their eyes in the face of danger. Once the danger subsides, they'll embrace the sweet dream again.
I was not expecting Shaban to show up here.
Here's a toast, with 3 glasses of glory of the Trailblaze to all of you.
Hello, how come you're here too?
What are you talking about? This is my lounge.
Wait, really?
It's good to see you all again. Although we might be saying goodbye again after this reunion. When will the Astral Express leave Penacony?
We'll stay a bit longer, but not too long.
So, this is our final meeting then? If this is a farewell, then it seems to be missing something. Music? Atmosphere? Maybe a special drink to honor those who are not here. Let's see. The mixed drink should be solemn, dignified, and unique. As we'll use it to pay respect to those fallen heroes. To the Nameless, resting in peace. And to Gallagher.
Gallagher, yes. I don't know what happened to Gallagher either. Did he just disappear now that he fulfilled his duty as well? Wait, did Misha... Misha probably went back to the dream as well, so they are not... Wow, okay. I am realizing a lot of things right now. Sorry if it doesn't make sense. But Misha basically was a dream of the Trailblazer who was one of our forebearers who's helped Penacony become the way it is. And well, he is now dead. But he left behind Misha in a dream bubble, in a memory, so that if the Astral Express and the Nameless come to Penacony again, he can help them. And Gallagher was basically a Dream Zone meme, maybe? Not really sure if that's how that's like the specific description the game went with, but he was basically made of dreams, so he wasn't a real person either. Hmm, interesting. Very interesting. Trailblazer. Talk to Shaban to prepare a drink. Let's talk with our friends first here. And I think wait just a second. I'm going to turn on the lights. I don't really need to like let us look at my day's beautiful appearance while I turn on my lights because it became very dark. You probably heard some cherry ASMR along the way. But yes, I it was getting very dark along the way. So and it started bothering me. But yeah, from what I see here, we are pretty far along the quests. So we are doing very well, actually. I want to check out something here. Sorry about the the pause over here because I'm just trying to make sure that we have a place where we can end potentially, but lights out, guns out. No, no, I just needed to have some light so I can actually see what I'm doing with my keyboard. But yeah, we are pretty much ahead of schedule for what I intended, and we have some time. So we are going forward and see where this is going. But I'm probably not going to be finishing Farewell to Penacony because it's probably a really long quest line.
Guess what? Something weird just happened when I was on my way over here. Someone gave me a strange gift.
March, why are you talking to strangers?
So I unwrapped it and found out it was a button with a message on the back. Just press this button and all of Penacony will explode. That sounds terrifying.
Okay, that was... Sorry? I why did I looked over to my other monitor to check on something and I got stuck there right in the middle of my sentence. So, but yeah, that was probably not probably. It was definitely Sparkle. Did you press it? That's such a goblin chaos goblin way to answer or reply to that. Could it be a terrorist attack? Probably. I don't know. Are we going Chaos Goblin? See, the way we have been interacting with March is very much Chaos Goblin. So, did you press it?
Of course not. Who would press something like that? By the time I turned around, the person had already vanished. So I handed it over to a nearby hound. I heard there were many similar reports before the Charmony Festival started. I'm really worried about the future of Penacony.
Me too, buddy. Me too. Don't hang. Friend?
It's rare for all passengers to leave the Express together during a trailblazing expedition.
Yeah.
But for Penacony, it seems most appropriate.
What about the Express?
Given the conductor's presence, there's no need to worry about it. However, it's crucial that we soon return to inform Pom Pom about the Nameless.
Oh yeah. Chaos. Let's go. Yeah. We came to Penacony, and Pom Pom, who is our conductor, sent us out to gather information about the Nameless. I'm not sure how she will or how it will react. I'm not really sure. It's going to be sad again. No. Pom Pom. No. What happened to you in Anna's dream?
In my dream, the Express stopped at many places, and passengers came and went. However, the 5 of us were always present, and the journey seemed never ending.
Aww, he loves us. He loves us. Aww, that's so cute.
Perhaps this could be a deep-seated desire inside me. And upon realizing this, I knew it wasn't real.
Aww. Is the Order incident in Penacony unique?
No related records exist in the databank, but I have a theory. The hidden dangers of the Order have always been within the Harmony, and this issue existed within the family from the very beginning. However, now that more powers in the universe are aware of this secret, the situation in the cosmos will become more complicated. Like I said, we'll go and see. Once we've packed everything, we should head to our next destination.
Thank you, Don Hang. Mr. Yang?
This trailblazing expedition has been thrilling and memorable.
It has been,
Hopefully
yes.
we've all gained insights about ideals, paranoia, clarity, and dreams from the experiences we've had.
Yes. What will happen to Sunday and Robin?
One bird longs for the earth, and the other longs for the sky. Even if Robin had to stop her brother with her own hands, she won't give up on him. However, facing punishment from the Harmony is inevitable. He will face a trial. As for further details, the family would rather not disclose them.
When did the Order infiltrate Penacony? That's a very interesting question, and we probably never get an answer to it. Like, we did not get an answer before, even when Sunday was talking about his plan and the way of the Order. So I don't know if Mr. Yang has an answer to us.
Since the family took up residence in Penacony, the Order has been hiding in plain sight under the guise of the Oak family, using the Stellaron's power to strengthen their hold on the Sweet Dream, which eventually resulted in disaster. That's the claim the family makes. Whether they were truly unaware of all this is a delicate matter.
Okay, so we did get an answer. Did the IPC make any move?
Venturine's efforts finally earned the IPC a seat at the table.
Mm-mm.
As a result,
Yeah.
a more senior representative arrived in Penacony and initiated negotiations with the family.
And that was Jade.
As far as the Astral Express is concerned, the IPC will make for an invaluable ally during the negotiations to prevent Penacony returning to its former ways.
What happened to you in
Well,
NS3?
it was somewhat surprising. In that dream, I returned to my homeworld and reunited with my long-lost friends. And for some reason, Acheron resurfaced in my mind.
The connection was there. Because yeah, this is a Hoyoverse game, and Hoyoverse has different titles, and they like to reuse them. Not the titles, but some of the characters. And Wealth was one of the characters from another of their games. I think it was Honkai Impact 3rd. And also Acheron, who we learned is basically Raiden Mei as well. Are like they have some connection to the point where they remember things from the other timeline, which is very crazy. It's a connected universe, and I don't play Honkai Impact 3rd. It's not really my thing, and it's an old game, like way older than Genshin Impact or Honkai Star Rail. And I've heard good things about it, but catching up with the Lord over there would be way harder than catching up with Honkai Star Rail at this point. So I don't think I have the brain capacity and the time to get into it. But yeah, so the Acheron resurfacing in Mr. Yang's dream is a pleasant surprise, and it's a nice way to like link back to their connection.
When I realized that her conclusion was not preserved in memories, I became aware of the bitter truth. The conclusion of a journey can often be sorrowful. All we can do is to try to make sure it ends on a happy note.
He's so wise. This is why I like him. I love him so much. In fact, wait. I don't think I talked about this, but I had like a lot of like standard. Is this the one? No, this is the one. I had a lot of standard pools. I had like 80 something. And Welt is a standard 5-star character, and we got him recently. I was pulling for him offline because I was like, I don't know if pulling on the standard banner makes good content or not. So I was just like, I don't want to make everything content because then it will take away the immersion and my enjoyment from the game. So I just went for it and got well in the process. So we do have Mr. Yang on the account. He's right here. And he's just as beautiful as he is in the story. Anyways, Shaban.
Ready to mix your drink?
Yep. What happened to Gallagher?
I'm not sure.
I
haven't
want to
seen him since our last
this.
meeting at the lounge. Come to think of it, he always did come and go quietly. We used to discuss everything here. But every time he'd leave, I'd realize that I didn't know him at all. Such is the mystery that is Gallagher.
Yeah, he was an enigma. I think that's what what Sunday called him, like an enigma or enigmatic something. It was easy to see him around and be familiar with him, but you would never actually know him because he didn't really exist.
I have a hunch. Perhaps he's already fulfilled his wishes and won't be coming back.
Yeah, probably. Let's mix the drink.
Before we start, would you like to talk to your friends? We have plenty of time.
Already done that, Shaban, but thank you. let's get
Alright,
started.
as you wish. Huh. I think I have an idea about what drink to make. Would you like it bitter or sweet? It's up to you. Choose the flavor that suits you best at this moment.
I would like something sweet, because so far there was a lot of bitterness here.
Drowning sweetness. One of the
Yes.
most challenging drinks to make. A slight imbalance in the ingredients can result in an overwhelmingly viscous sweet taste.
Yes, give us something refreshingly sweet, not overwhelming.
However, with the right ratios, you get a uniquely sweet drink with a lingering aftertaste. Not a bad choice. Let's start mixing.
Let's go. Did they really make this a mini game? Why? This is not necessarily. This is not necessary. Mini wine glass. Mini wine glass. Mini wine glass. That's what I was trying to do. Let us continue to the next mixing step. Small amount of ice. These are the ingredients for mixing drinks. Then follow the steps and keep mixing. Okay. We need Dream Jam 2. It's minigame time. It is minigame time. Where is Dream Jam? Sweet milk cream. Dream Jam 1 and 2, and then sweet milk cream. Next, select origami bird. Complete. Drowning sweetness. This is absolutely necessary. Well, I can see why you are inclined to say this is necessary, but
Words always fall short.
I am impatient.
If you want to bring closure to past events at this lounge, there's no better way than mixing a drink.
I'm sorry, you might have heard my mic stand creak a little bit. I was gesticulating with my hands and I hit it, or got stuck with the cord, so but yeah.
Blend all your
Thank you,
memories
Shaban.
and emotions together and stir them well. Through the filter of time, what remains in the glass is something to savor. Well, it's done. Here's to the nameless resting in peace, and to my friend Gallagher. The spirit of freedom will spread far and wide among the stars, and its legacy will be more timeless than a pastoral song. We're not accepted by the outside world, so we've gathered here. And one day, our souls will return to the same place. Cheers.
Aw, thank you, Shaban. That was very nice of you. The Astral Express family, Himeko, let's go. Guys, let's make our way to the Radiant Feldspar. I'll wrap things up soon. Let's meet at the aft pool in the stern. Roger, catch you later. I'm on my way. What have you been up to lately, Miss Himeko? I think we can ask her when we are there. I'll lead the charge. By the way, what are you doing on the Radiant Feldspar, Miss Himeko? It's a secret for now. The smug face. It's so cute. Be patient, you'll find out at the opening ceremony. I can't wait. Let's go! Say goodbye to Shaban and prepare to board.
Oh, are you leaving? Well, then take this with you.
Thank you.
I've mixed more of this last special drink for you. The past shouldn't be forgotten. So I hope it brings back the flavors of Penacony.
Thank you. I'm sure it'll leave a lasting impression.
If you happen to run into Gallagher, make sure he has a sip too.
We will.
Alright, enough with the heavy stuff. You guys have important things to take care of. So let's not dwell on things. Whether it's the Astral Express or Penacony, there's still a long journey ahead. So let's lift our spirits, guys, and embark towards our tomorrows.
Thank you, Shaban. I do understand why she became a fan favorite character.
Is a tricky opponent. I didn't expect him to take the risky step of going public at such a critical moment for Penacony.
Can we take Shaban with us? No, sadly no. She is not a playable character. She is an NPC, but I do understand that she became why she became such a fan favorite character, because everywhere I loved Shaban was like actually talked about very positively. So yeah, yeah, I do like Shaban. She is very chill. She's very cool. I like her too. But we are back with Jade and Topaz.
Indeed. He's definitely bold. It's that kind of boldness that made him the Odie Alfalfa he is today. Still, the outcome is uncertain. Shouting loud doesn't necessarily carry any weight. What about the phone call I asked you to make, Topaz?
Ah, they agreed. But it'll take some time before they arrive.
Just as it should be. The sweet dew should be served after the bitter poison.
Okay, that sounds ominous.
Looks like we'll be skipping the exchanging apples step this time around.
Now that we're dealing with a greedy merchant, a simple apple wouldn't make a difference. Well, I guess I included myself in that remark too. Now I'm a bit curious, Topaz. Do you think Penacony is a quality asset?
Yes. Despite its recent calamity, Penacony remains a top quality asset within the cosmos, with good credit, lucrative potential, and promising prospects.
Oh my god. I'm kind of regretting not getting a bored expression. Like, the closest I have is either surprised or sad. But neither of them gives back the boredom that I feel right now hearing this business talk. It's a top quality asset. Like, I know it's kind of an important part of Penacony's future, but it feels like it's something that should not be in the game, or maybe would have been more fitting for a side quest. But then again, if it was not voiced and it was a side quest, I don't think I would be paying attention to it as much as I am paying attention to it right now. So let's just move on with it and try to keep up the energy.
Well, that's obvious.
Shall we?
But what I truly wanted to know is, this project is obviously too bland for your taste, isn't it?
That's true. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for Aventurine.
But despite that, you trust him. You even entrusted him with a cornerstone. Something as precious as life itself, to finish this gamble.
Oh yes, that's something that you probably don't know about. All of the 10 stone hearts, like Jade and Topaz and Aventurine, have a cornerstone, which is basically their namesake. Jade has a Jade, Topaz has a Topaz, Aventurine has an Aventurine, or had an Aventurine. It's not really spoilers because we have passed that part of the story already. Just to catch you up on the lore of the cornerstones. The cornerstones are very important to the 10 stone hearts because one, that is their namesake. So Jade is not called Jade because that's her name. It's basically her title, more like a title for them. And yeah, Aventurine came to Penacony to open up a conversation of the IPC and the Penacony, like business deals, basically. But well, he had three cornerstones with him: the jade, the topaz, and the aventurine. But they didn't find, like, the Penacony authorities didn't find the aventurine, only the jade and topaz, which I probably think they got back somehow, some way. I'm not really sure. But they did not find the aventurine cornerstone because aventurine broke it, literally broke it into pieces, which is unheard of. And I'm very, very curious on the implications that has in the future of the story of the IPC, with the Aventurine's cornerstone being broken like that. So yeah.
Are you not in the same boat, Miss Jade? Without us playing along, your Jade Stone wouldn't have made it across the border so easily, allowing you to see all desires that flow through dreams to gain a bargaining chip in negotiations. That's why I'm willing to stake my topaz stone to cover for you. It's like one big elaborate game of chess.
Once that kid sets his mind to something, nothing can stop him. Not even fate. Well, at least he's still alive, and that's the best outcome.
Okay, that's good to hear. At least we know that Aventurine is alive.
Looks like we've strayed off topic, Miss Jade. Should we discuss our next steps?
No need. I'll go it alone. Meanwhile, you can go greet our honored guest and wait for my message.
Okay.
Is that Robin? Huh. She's also here on the Radiant Feldspar.
POV switched. Jade. Boom. Pressure. Miss Robin. Hello. I'm so sorry. That gasp really gasped a lot harder than I thought it was going to. I don't know why it
Not
came
exactly
up here.
Eye-catching.
So sorry about that, but treasure. We got 2 treasure chests, at least. And that's Lady Vermilion that the little birdies were talking about. But let's stay focused here and talk to Robin.
Greetings, Miss Robin. I didn't expect to meet you here.
Miss Jade? Greetings. The opening ceremony for the Charmony Festival has been moved to the Radiant Feldspar, so I'm here making some preparations. How about you? Have you spoken with Mr. Alfalfa?
I'm actually on my way to meet him right now. Do you know him well, Miss Robin?
Unfortunately, I've never met him. I've only heard a few comments from the former head of the Oak family. Mr. Alfalfa is respectable when it comes to business. But in other respects, I can't say the same.
Okay, that's kind of a dangerous thing to say, Robin.
Where do you think the future of the planet of festivities is headed?
I believe the sweet dream will see its rebirth. Just like the Radiant Feldspar resumed its voyage, the Harmony needs a new direction. Only by bidding farewell to the past can we actually sail into the future.
That is one way to look at it. Like, Robin is the undying optimism of the story. Like, she is the main source of hope for Penacony.
There are no permanent allies or everlasting enemies. So let's both take what we need from this deal.
Naturally. I'm looking forward to your performance. See you at the festival.
See you later, Miss Jade.
But she seems to be very much, how do I say this? With optimistic characters like that, it seems to be taken up a notch to a point where it's actually like unrealistic, and they make them very childlike and very naive. But with Robin, we've seen that she was ready to face her own brother and to fight for what's right or what she deems to be right. And even here with this interaction with Jade actually showed us that she is not naive little kid
Looks like this collateral won't be returned.
who is only seeing the bright side of things, because she knows that life is full of hardship. She knows that life has good things going for it and also bad things going for it. So she is a little more realistic, which I appreciate, because they could have gone full on shoujo and shonen with her and the power of friendship and love and stuff like that, but they didn't. They made her realistic, and that's nice. And that's, I think, reflected also with her element as well. And I did talk about it, and I did say that I saw like a theory, not really theory, but maybe a theory, it can be called a theory, about her and her brother Sunday, because I do have Sunday. I do not have Robin, sadly, but I do have Sunday. Sunday is an imaginary character, and Robin is a physical character. So their ideals are pretty much the opposite of each other. And while Sunday only could think of extreme, like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Like, very hard edges and very idealistic black and white scenarios. Robin is very much realistic. She knows things are going bad. She knows that there are things that are not great, but she is working and trying hard to provide comfort and try to bring change. So yeah, that's a win for Robin in my book. Even though it was just a small little conversation or interaction that we had with her. Start the second half of negotiation.
Thank you for your patience, Mr. Alfalfa. Let's continue our discussion.
Figured out something already, Miss Jade? But where is Miss Topaz?
Sorry for the chair ASMR. I do need to get situated because I've been sitting for a while now. And from what I can see, we've been streaming for 2 hours, so it is high time to do another stretch. And drink some water and grab some snackies if you feel like it or if you need it. But definitely drink some water or something that can quench your thirst, because staying hydrated is very important. Also, it helps me talk more because then my throat is not dry. Where is Miss Topaz?
Topaz has something else to take care of. You'll be seeing her later. Talks can still continue between the two of us.
Is it just me, miss? Your tone sounds very different now.
Of course it is. Because she is full on business mode right now.
I need to set a good example for my junior. It's not a good habit to be too loose-lipped during negotiations, right? Now we can speak frankly and openly. Do you believe what I said, Odie? You're not the only merchant who has seen the changes in the cosmic market over the past 10 Amber Eras.
Interesting. Now that's interesting. Good. It's good to be straightforward. Openness and transparency are my things. So, tell me, what's your next move?
Unfortunately, I'd like to speak the harsh truth before laying out my plan. Let's cut to the chase. First, your plan won't work. Penacony has no way of sidestepping the IPC and going public.
Oh?
Second, you can't stop the IPC from entering Penacony. We've got all the time and connections in the world to find a way in. We'll keep tearing down and rebuilding this place until the Asdana system gets used to the IPC's ways again. Now, I'm repeating your words exactly. If you don't want to be a laughingstock and have everyone gunning for you at the official conference, you'd better drop your little pie-in-the-sky plan.
Oh, interesting. Indeed.
That is very interesting. Okay, I'm excited. Now I'm excited to see where this is going.
You surely have a way with words. Now, I'm curious to know what you have up your sleeve.
Mr. Alfalfa, let's not forget that the IPC controls the biggest interstellar publicity platform.
Yes.
More than half the news networks in the universe take their orders from us. The moment news spreads about Penacony going public, trillions of customers will immediately receive a message like this. The family's protection for Penacony has expired. Any mishaps in the dreamscape could result in permanent brain death. Care to guess how many ways we have to turn alfalfa credits into worthless junk within a measly 24 system hours? With the entire cosmos keeping a close eye on Penacony, I assure you, it won't be too hard.
I guess so, but that's intimidating. That's kind of bad faith, actually. Like, kind of blackmailing here.
You really think you can pull that off?
Even from Pier Point, as distant as it may be, I'm more than capable of keeping you on a tight leash.
I tend to have my arms up my sleeve. Good. Good. Keep it that way. That's what sleeves are for. Anyways,
However, if you agree to give up that half-baked plan to go public, the IPC will assure you that we'll never jeopardize the interests of the family heads under your leadership. After all, we also need allies here in Asdana. The IPC can assist Penacony with financing, starting by acquiring 30% equity shares. With our financial support, stabilizing and rebuilding Penacony will be a piece of cake.
30% equity, you say? Who can guarantee you won't want more in the future?
That's the brilliant part of it all. The answer is simple. No one. There are no guarantees. It all hinges on self-awareness and mutual respect. However, the board of directors will consider the interests of the family heads to some extent.
Sorry. I had to like look away for a second.
You're a smart merchant, old Odie. Isn't the whole purpose of this elaborate game to showcase your business acumen and seek more benefits for the family?
Mm-hmm.
It benefits us if we both take a step back. And if that's not enough for you, I'm pretty sure that another goal of making Penacony go public is to expand the influence of the Planet of Festivities and attract more customers.
Okay.
I understand your concern, and I have a solution for that, too.
Fine. Now I see your sincerity. As the head of the Alfalfa family, I don't think I have any reason to refuse your offer. However, as their chosen one, I still need one final answer.
How did you become the chosen one of Harmony? Is what I'm interested in. Like, how did you become the head of the family suddenly?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
That's kind of a plot hole to me here in this part of the story, but anyways, moving on.
When I was a child, I heard the adults recite the tale of the ancient Ember Era, about the ascension of Shipe, the Harmony, and the downfall of Enna, the Order. The Order and the Preservation used to be close in ancient times. So, why does the IPC, as a follower of the Amber Lord, seek collaboration with the family instead of aligning with the Order?
That is a good question.
The answer is simpler than you think. It's all about credits. Everyone's favorite thing and the universally recognized currency among the stars. The IPC has the power to perpetually ensure their value. With each new world integrated into the credit system, the IPC adds another building block to its cause. Eventually, all exchanges, capital, and businesses will operate within a unified monetary system.
Okay.
By then, all planetary developments will be recorded in accounts with well-defined values and the ability for exchange and circulation. And the heart of everything will be Klepoth's credit.
Interesting.
And then the IPC will be able to exert influence over everything.
Our intention is to establish enduring preservation, so I'm sure you can understand. This universe doesn't need two types of order.
That's... wow, okay. That's a pretty big revelation, actually. At least to me it is. I don't know how others reacted to this part, but to me that is a big revelation.
Well said. Now you've convinced me. All right. Tell me your solution. Let's see if we're thinking the same thing.
Then let's continue our conversation. Please, Topaz, invite Sweet Dew to join us at the table.
Is that Himeko? It is Himeko.
Thank you for your presence, Miss Himeko. Please allow me to introduce her to you, Mr. Alfalfa. This is Miss Himeko from the Astral Express, one of the future shareholders of Penacony.
What?
I've heard so much about you, Mr. Alfalfa. It's an honor to meet you as representative of the Astral Express.
This stunning lady is the navigator of the Astral Express? It's a pleasure to meet you.
It's our Himeko. It's our very own Himeko. She's awesome.
I believe everyone here is familiar with the general contents of the proposal. After this round of financing, the IPC is expected to hold 30% of Penacony's shares. Then, the IPC will transfer 5% of that stake to the Astral Express and recommend Miss Himeko as an independent director to honor the sacrifices and contributions made by the former Nameless to the land of the dreams.
I mean, that's not a bad idea, actually, to have the Nameless represented.
While this decision isn't finalized yet, we are honored that everyone here recognizes the way of the Trailblaze. While the Nameless didn't embark on their journeys for fame or fortune, if this is the wish of both the family and the IPC, I will represent the Astral Express and fulfill my duty as a member of the board of directors. The entire crew has agreed to assist in the reconstruction of Penacony. Beyond that, in our future travels, we are committed to bringing the beautiful dreams of the planet of festivities to more worlds. Of course, all cooperation is based on one premise. The path of harmony in Penacony must not be distorted again, and such a tragedy must never recur.
That's very, like, yeah, that's very important. This is what we fought for. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy that we didn't have to make any decision right there. I'm so happy that we did not have to make any decision for ourselves. I think that's kind of like that's fair enough, because then Penacony gets the help it needs, the IPC gets the shares, and the
Looks like this collateral won't be returned.
and the connection that they wanted, and we also get representation from the Astral Express and the Nameless to help keeping up the Penacony, or the idea of harmony that we fought for. So I think in the long run, this is a pretty decent business deal. But then again, I am not very business savvy. So what seems to be a pretty decent deal for everyone in the long run might not be as good to some. But to me, it seems fair enough. Topaz?
Old OT is in agreement, so the issue is settled, I presume. What about the remaining family heads?
Yeah, what about them? Because they do have a say in it.
They will soon realize the situation. When the last question was asked, old Odie represented more than just the Alfalfa family.
When should we schedule the formal negotiations? I'll handle the arrangements.
It's all up to you. I'll step back and let you handle the negotiations and takeover. I won't be involved.
But Miss Jade, this is...
Aventurine initiated this case, and you were his project partner. If that kid hadn't overplayed his hand, I wouldn't have been pushed to the forefront. I came here today to help you sort out the toughest issue. I trust you'll be able to wrap things up quite nicely, little Yelena.
Aw.
Of course, there won't be any problems. And please, give Diamond my assurance.
Don't worry. Diamond has always trusted us. I'll put in a good word for you, and you'll have your P-45 position back in no time. Radiant Feldspar. What a fantastic ship. Now that my business is done, it's time for me to indulge in my own little hobby.
You want to open a Bon and Jade exchange branch on this ship too?
Opportunities like this don't come around often. Just look at the guests on this ship. They're surely holding a wealth of valuable treasures. Well, I'll take my leave. A pawn shop can't run without a boss. See you around, Topaz.
I have one more question for you, Miss Jade.
And that is?
Go ahead.
That dose of bitter poison. I'm curious as to how you found this information.
I didn't find the information. It came to me. It was from a lady concerned with the future of the Harmony. In return, I've agreed to help her with something. But that's for later. We can deal with it after we leave Penacony. You see, that's what investment is all about. The seeds of opportunity are already sown. They only need a little bit of nourishment to take root. And then after, all we need to do is wait patiently.
Okay, so the lady, are we talking about Himeko or Robin? Because both of them are plausible here. But I guess it was Himeko because we met Robin after we talked to Topaz. So, yeah.
Like right now, for example. It's just about time my final guest boarded the ship.
Firefly. So she is finally here. There she
Sneaking in was
is.
way easier than I thought. The family's security is as lax as ever. So, this is the Radiant Feldspar. So luxurious. A pawn shop that grants wishes. Is there really a place like that on the ship?
My bet is on Robin. It's possible, but I feel like it was Himeko. I feel like it was Himeko. But it's possible that it was Robin. So I don't think we'll get to know this. Like, I am sure about this one. Not like the other one that I was wrong about. But yeah, I'm sure we will. Well, technically we have not talked to Himeko yet. So it might be Himeko who tells us about it, if it was her.
I'll find out for myself if the rumors are true or not.
I'm sorry, I have to like take a look outside real quick and see where we are. We are currently in the quest Soldier's Pay. And I think we are going to end it here. Because we did way better than I thought we were going to. I thought we were only going to get like 2, maybe 3 quests done from Farewell Penacony, but we did basically half of the quests. And we are going to be coming back to finish the Farewell Penacony Trailblaze mission next week. We learned about a lot of things today. We have met Topaz and Jade, and the head of the Alfalfa family, and apparently the family of Penacony, Old Audie as well. And we witnessed the negotiations between the IPC and Penacony as well. Overall, I think a good middle ground was found in the negotiations, and I'm so grateful for the fact that I do did not have to make any decision, because that would have been so stressful for me. And we also talked with Shaban and our friends from the Astral Express about everything that has gone down. So, yeah, I think this is a pretty good place to stop. And next week we will be back with Firefly and her side of the story, I guess. And the rest of the Farewell Penacony Trailblaze mission. Anyways, if you did enjoy the stream, please leave a like. It helps out a lot. If you want to stay updated with the channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope you had a pleasant time. And with that, Avery out. Bye-bye.